Welcome to the John and Rick Talk All About Insurance podcast, the show where two good old boys with over 80 years of combined experience pull back the curtain on what really works in the insurance world. Join John Smith, industry legend, marathon runner, and top producing agent for nearly 4 decades, and Rick Witcher, proud farmer, regional director, and lifelong relationship builder, as they share stories from the field, interview real agents, and show you how to build a business and a life you love. This ain't corporate. This is real talk from real agents, with a whole lot of laughs, straight up wisdom, and the occasional rabbit trail. Now, here they are, John and Rick.
Hey, welcome back to our podcast. I'm John.
And I'm Rick.
And this is John and Rick Talks Insurance. We're helping agents train to be out there in the group side. Rick, I'm going to tell you, it's December, it's cold. Football season, the SEC's had some turnaround going on this whole weekend.
Yeah, my Rebels are doing well.
Yeah. They're going to go to playoffs. Lane Kiffin's going to go to LSU.
Yeah, that's
got a lot of changes going on. But I'm going to tell you something that I'm so excited about today. Today we've got 2 speakers from down in Muscle Shoals, Tuscumbia, Alabama area. And what they're doing is just setting the woods on fire with this tax code of the IRS. And without further ado, I'm going to bring Josh and Skip on. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourself and tell us about you and your background, all those kind of things. And y'all have at it, guys.
Yeah, well, guys, John, Rick, thanks for having us. Excited to be here. Excited to share this with your listeners there. I think, like you said, everybody's going to get real excited about this. But my name's Josh Kelly. Skip and I own Citadel Benefits Group. We started this particular company back in 2019. Skip and I have been working together a lot longer than that. We've been in the insurance space a long time. I started out as an Allstate agent on the P&C side and realized employee benefits was a lot more fun than the home and auto, and that kind of took us to here. And then Skip, I'll let you kind of Skip's a lot older than I am, so his background's a little more depth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks, son. My name's Skip Nichols. One of the co-owners of Citadel Benefits Group. Like Josh said, we started this several years ago together. I got my start in the insurance business in the debit side many moons ago in the year 1992. So I've seen kind of every iteration of life insurance, employee benefits, P&C. I've lived and worked through all of it. And this is what we're doing right now is by far the easiest way and best way to provide some great benefits to your employees. And it's an amazing program, and we'll explain it all to you during the course of this podcast, and can't wait to work with you guys.
So, because Rick and I get so confused at our age, because we're much older than you two guys, explain the initials and what it stands for, and give us a little background of that so that our listeners out there are going to know kind of what's going on.
yeah. So the program that we operate is called a SIMRP, and that's SIMRP, and that stands for Self-Insured Medical Reimbursement Program. And so kind of where this all came about was, back when the Affordable Care Act went into place officially, as we all know, it changed a lot of things. Mostly we remember it because it made our health insurance pretty expensive, right? But it did help people get coverage that couldn't get it. There's never anything perfect in any situation. But one of the goals of the politicians that put the Affordable Care Act in place was they were trying to get our population healthier, which makes a lot of sense no matter where you land politically. As a whole, we're getting less healthy by the day. Well, the healthier we are and the healthier we get, the less taxing it is on the system down the road. Well, we know how to get people healthy, but just telling somebody how to do it, showing them how to do it, doesn't mean they're going to do it, right? So there has to be some type of a carrot. There has to be an intended action. And so they made some changes to the tax code because they put some preventative care and wellness things in place. And so basically what we did was we just took those changes to the tax code and added them together with some other codes that's been around for 50 years, and we created this program. And so basically what it does is the employer, from the employer standpoint, saves an average of about $550 per employee per year on payroll taxes right off the bat. So you got 50 employees, you're talking around 27.5 a year that you're going to save. But what's awesome is it's not a write it off at the end of the year type of thing. They're going to fill those savings the very first month. So that 50-person group, that's about $2,300 a month, real money back to the bottom line. But then on top of that, each employee gets this amazing program with telehealth, teledentistry, couples counseling, the EAPs included, health coaching, all kinds of cool tools. And then on top of that, each employee gets an average of about $150 that they get to spend each month on voluntary benefits, and it doesn't change anybody's take-home pay. So the company saves money. The employees get this awesome program that it helps with retention and everything else. The employees get that bucket of money to spend on benefits, no change in the take-home pay. It's a cool situation, guys. Basically, we're getting to kind of take the napkin out of here and get to kind of put it over our arm when we walk in, and we sound very different than most people that's calling on them, and it's a lot of fun.
Josh, what size group qualifies for something like this? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we don't do anything smaller than 10. So we start at 10 and go up. Now, will we make an exception occasionally if it's a good center of influence for you, like a CPA's office or an attorney firm that's got 7 people? Sometimes we'll slide in and do that, but usually 10 or more. It's just because it costs more to set one up, than it does than what you make on the smaller than that. But side-wide, it works for 10,000 lives or 1,000 lives or 24 lives.
Well, you just said, Josh, you and Skip, that there is some setup on this. You've got to get this set up. And you actually said CPA and attorney, but don't you guys have those on retainer that make sure your plan's legit so that everything's in compliance and everything too?
Absolutely. Yeah. We handle everything for them. There's a lot of moving parts of this program. And that was one of some of the reasons why a lot of people just haven't gotten involved in doing those, is you got enough going on already, because most people in our space are that solopreneur, the one woman shop, the one man shop, where they're doing their benefits. And so what we do is we handle it all for you. We've got a big team here. They're all work in-house. We have CPAs, tax attorneys. The tax attorneys and CPAs aren't in-house, but they're on retainer for us and work close with us. But we do it all for them. So it's really easy process as far as implementing it. I mean, to the point to where you could just tee us up with a lead and we could sell it, close it, write it, serve it, do the whole thing and split it with you. It really depends on how you operate your business and what you want to do or have the capacity to do. We fill in the gap everywhere in between.
Yeah, John and I both have used you, so we're very confident in you. That's why we wanted to have you on here.
Well, and we've got an agent that's out in West Tennessee who starts an enrollment with you guys tomorrow. But I think it's a group that they wanted to personally handle. But I also understand that if an agent's so busy, Skip, you and Josh can actually send a team out and do the enrollment and let the agent be free
Absolutely.
to do their other stuff. And then y'all just do a split or something like that, right?
Right. And yes, and let me tell you a real world example from just last week. We enrolled a set of county employees last week with a new agent who has never done this program before, and just to watch his eyes get bigger and bigger and bigger during the enrollment was amazing. So a lot of people think, well, what does this split mean? Well, you got to look at the big picture, because if we come in and do all this work, we're gonna split the case with you. But here's the situation. Last week, if this guy had gone in by himself without this program, and these are numbers out of his mouth, he said, he'd enroll about 20% of the employees for maybe $400 or $500 annual premium, and he'd have made about $7,000 working this by himself. Now, we went in, did the enrollment, the whole nine, and let's just say that, we do it all and we split the premium and therefore the commission 50-50. Well, in this particular case, we've got 2 or 3 stragglers we've got to finish enrolling this week, but we're going to be right at $100,000 in premium on this case.
Wow. he had y'all's expertise to fall back on there. I'm going in by myself, and I've been in this business 45 years. It's too late to train me for an old dog, new tricks, as they say. But I bring somebody in that knows what they're doing and can explain it, then I can sit there and just kind of let you all take the show and make it run, and I can sit back and reap the reward and get you started. I go get another one and then get you started on that one the next week.
Absolutely. Last week on that case, we only had declines from 2 employees out of 72. So that's an amazing penetration, and that's going to keep this agent in that employer for ages to come. The employer's happy.
Question then, why would people not be doing this all the time?
Josh, I let you handle that one.
Yeah, the only reason why somebody wouldn't do this is just because they don't understand it. So there's a right way and a wrong way to present this. We explain it very simply, but there is some moving parts. You can't understand fully how it works without seeing our presentation, which takes about 20 minutes. We've got a short video that we might show at the end of this or whatever that kind of gives you a high level 10,000 foot, overview on it, but you still don't know how it works. So the reason why people don't do it is about 50% of the time it's because the agent presenting it just kind of breezed through it and confused them, because as we all know, a confused mind doesn't buy. And then the other half is just a simple not understanding it. There's no real reason why somebody wouldn't do this. The only objection we ever get is, hey, this sounds too good to be true, right? And generally, sometimes, whenever something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Yeah. And the only way I can overcome that is to talk tax code with somebody. And so what I tell them is, hey, listen, put me in front of your CPA. Let me talk tax code with them. Let me get down in the nerd stuff with them, and then let them give you the thumbs up. That's really the only legit objection somebody might would have is like, hey, I don't want to go to jail. Saying, but it's just the tax code. We're not dealing with a black hole. It's not magic. It's just math,
Right.
They said they got a video, so why don't we pull a
Good idea.
Pull the old Peyton Manning and run that beautiful bean footage.
What if you could save $550 per employee per year without reducing pay, cutting costs, or letting anyone go? Well, now you can, thanks to a special IRS-compliant program designed specifically for business owners just like you. Not only does this program put real money back in your bank account at no cost to you, it offers additional benefits to your employees that protects them in case of emergencies, keeps them happier, and increases retention, saving you even more money by reducing turnover costs. While this sounds almost too good to be true, it's not. In fact, this program is IRS, ERISA, and ACA compliant. It's called a SIMRP, which stands for Self-Insured Medical Reimbursement Program. The SIMRP gives your employees access to much-needed health and wellness benefits without reducing their take-home pay, all at no net cost to you. It also provides you as the employer immediate savings of $550 per employee per year on average, the very next time you go to run payroll. This is money you were paying in payroll taxes that you now get to keep as profit. Meaning, if you have 20 W-2 employees on your team, you could hold on to an extra $11,000 per year starting as early as next week. If you have 50 employees, that's a savings of about $27,500. And if you have 100 employees, you could save as much as $55,000 per year. The SIMRP works if you have 20 or 20,000 employees. Just multiply the number of employees you have by $550 and see for yourself. To see how the SIMRP program works, let's use an example. Bob earns $5,000 a month before taxes. And to make this example easy, let's assume he gets paid once a month. After taxes, Bob's take-home pay is $3,446.68. The SIMRP lowers Bob's taxable income by $900 to $1,200, which frees up about $150 a month in additional no-cost benefits to Bob. That $150 gets allocated to crucial benefits such as life, disability, accident, critical illness, and other types of insurance. As well, the SIMRP gives Bob and his family access to a free telehealth portal with no copay, a wellness coaching program, addiction counseling, and mental health support. And at the end, Bob's take-home pay is $3,446.68. Exactly what it was before. So how do you as the employer save money? Because the SIMRP lowers Bob's total taxable income, your payroll tax obligations also go down, which saves you an average of $550 per employee per year. This isn't a tax credit at the end of the year either. This is real money you get to keep in the business the minute we set up the SIMRP for your company. So why does this program even exist? Why does the government offer a way to give your employees additional benefits for essentially free while also reducing your tax bill? One word: prevention. Our healthcare system is almost entirely treatment-based, meaning once you get sick, the healthcare system figures out how to get you healthy again. This is a lot more expensive and puts a greater burden on the healthcare system versus focusing on prevention. Prevention is cheaper and easier, which is why one of the big benefits of the SIMRP is a series of health and wellness programs designed to keep your employees healthier for longer rather than trying to fix them after they get sick. So in theory, whatever the government spends on these additional benefits to your employees is made up for by the lowered burden on the healthcare system, and you as the business owner get to benefit. So, if you're interested in saving an average of $550 or more per employee per year, then all you need to do is click the button somewhere on this page, fill out your information, and meet with your SIMRP specialist. There's no sales gimmick here, no upcharges, no hidden fees. Your SIMRP specialist will go over all the details of the program with you and then walk you through every step to get set up. Just click the button and get ready to save.
Josh and Skip,
Impressive.
yeah, it is. If you would, we're getting close to wrapping things up, but tell us how much business you've written and how this has enhanced your business over the years and how many agents you're working with now, roughly,
Yeah. Yeah, sure. We've got about 400 agents across the country that have the ability to work and do this. Now, there's only about 50 that consistently do it, you know how that goes. Out of the 50, there's 5 to 10 that are just, sure enough, rock stars. But, we enroll on average around 20, 25 new groups a month currently, and have done that for quite a while. We're hovering in the 8 to 10,000 range employee wise, currently right now, under management. We have, probably the last 8-9 months really leveled up we kind of have a lot of agents focusing on the up market. And so we're growing by about 1,000, 1,500 lives a month right now, have been for the last, almost a year now. So it's getting a lot of traction because more and more people are getting familiar with it. There's more noise in the marketplace around it, and when you look at a normal case, and Skip said this a while ago, a great salesperson, let's just say you're awesome and you get half of them to buy something, right? Which is usually not the case. It's usually 20 to 30% buy. And you get them to spend $50 a month, you're at $600 a year. That's a pretty good day. I mean, it is. You got 20 employees, you get 10 of them to spend $600. That's $6,000 in premium. That's a decent day. But that same 20-person group, we're going to go in. We're averaging 95% participation there. So we're going to get all but one. We're going to get 19 of them. And instead of averaging $600 in annual premium, we're averaging $1,800. So that same group, we're going to reduce $34,000 in annual premium in it. So you're looking at a 4 to 5 times more premium just off the bat. And even if we do the whole thing for you and split it 50-50, you're still almost tripling what you would make for not doing anything. But the best part is you don't necessarily have to worry about it falling off the books, because nobody feels like they're paying for it. I reckon it's free. They're paying, but they're paying for it out of tax savings. We don't see the cases fall off the books. The only time a group leaves is if they get bought out by some big conglomerate and they just won't listen to us, right? We can't get in front of the right person to do it. So,
I mean, it's just, let me make sure I understand this correctly, because I don't see any other way other than saying it like this. It's easy. It's legit. It's going to make you more money. If you're an agent that wants to do it yourself, you can do it yourself. But if you're somebody like me that's got 15 other things going at the same time, I can just turn it over to you guys, let you do the work for me, and I still make money off of it. Why am I not doing this?
100%.
Well, if you're an agent out there, listen to our podcast, and we got a lot of folks, what I call up north. I've got a lot of people in Montana and Washington and California and Texas and over there that watch our podcast, that we're working, training them and getting them in the group market. If you're not taking advantage of this, if you don't pick up the phone and reach out to Skip and to Josh at Citadel Benefits on something like this, at least give it a chance. Try it one time and let them go out and make this work for you. You're missing the boat, guys. This is the easiest way to do something. I mean, it's almost too easy. Let them show you how to do that. Don't you agree?
Oh, I totally. Yeah,
And John, we are licensed in all. We're licensed in all 50 states, so we can do this
Just for where the agent
nationwide.
you can work with them.
Right.
Yeah, we can work with.
we've used them and we've been very pleased.
Yeah. Well, guys, man, I sure appreciate your time this morning. And I'm going to tell you this, over the next couple of months, some of these agents out there doing their ACAs, the marketplace health insurance and their Medicare and stuff like that, they're really not in the group side like most of us are. So, but still, I bet some of those people know some people or have a relationship with a business owner, and they'll hopefully turn to you guys and get some guidance from this. Why would you not?
Right. And if you do call in or email, please let us know that you heard about it from this podcast. We just like to, see where everybody comes from. And we want to make sure if you heard of it through the podcast that we give John and Rick a little pat on the back.
Doesn't it, Skip?
That's right.
We all have a bottom line, and it's where it goes, where we spend our money.
That's right.
Well, gentlemen, thank you. Y'all stay warm and have a happy holiday, okay?
We'll do it safe, guys.
Thank you, guys.
It closed. If you guys would email VIP@citadelbg.com, that's CITADL. Let me email. CITADELBG.com, and then just put in the subject line, John and Rick and John. I would love to schedule something and jump on a Zoom one-on-one and kind of talk through and answer any questions with you about anything and see how we can help you on that. But just email VIP@citadelbg.com. Let us know John and Rick sent you, and would love to jump on and chat with you and see if it's a fit for you.
That was great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you.